Hello. Hi, how are you? Good to see you guys. Don't you hate people that are like that? Just that real insincere, sort of super friendly, hi, how are you? You know, it's just, anyway, I don't know why I said that. Hi, hey, welcome people, friends of my channel. I'm Tony. This is Talking Timepieces with Tony. Oh man, it's been a long day. It's been a long week actually, but it's a long weekend, so hey, right on. Anyway, today is Friday, and usually I do the Q&A, watch ball Q&A, but I didn't have any questions for the Magic Watch Ball this week, so guess what? There's not going to be a watch ball Q&A. I do have some questions and some random things. I just figured I'd do sort of off the cuff, nothing planned at all. So I'm wearing my Rolex GMT Master 2. So let's just roll the intro and we'll start talking. All right. All right, so again, I don't have any watch ball questions, so there goes that theory out the door. But I do have some things I can talk about, you know, and I don't know if there's a question. I only got part of it, actually. I printed it. It probably would have gone down to about here if I had the whole thing, so I'm just going to kind of wing it. And this comes from HVBESQ, and his name's Harold. I'll just go with that. He's a subscriber, and he says he truly enjoys my content, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I have an embarrassing question for you. I bought a Tudor 79220R online a few months ago. This was my first time buying a watch from an online vendor. When I received it, it seemed to be legit, and I enjoyed wearing it. I took it to get serviced at a Tudor boutique, and they called me this week and told me they would not service the watch. They did not say it was fake, but it may not have authentic parts. Not sure what that means. Anyway, that's the end of it. And I think he when I read it, when he initially sent it, was would you wear it or would I trash it? And I did respond, but you know, in this case, you know, that sucks, dude. You know, you spend that kind of money on a watch. I don't care how much money it is. You spend $100 on a, well, 100, okay. Spend a, you know, a good chunk of change on a watch, and then, you know, you go to take it to get serviced, and then it turns out you can't get it serviced. And this is my thing that I've said why I don't like to buy pre-owned watches, especially online. You don't really know what you're getting. Sometimes you could buy a watch and these online vendors have their watchmakers check it out, but they don't know. You know, they go, okay, it looks like it's a real movement. The watch works, it winds, it's keeping time. Good to go. Let's sell it. And then people like you and us, we buy them, and without, unbeknownst to us, knowing that there could be something wrong with it or it's not a legit real watch. I don't know if it's fake, dude. I mean, that's the older Black Bay with the Edda movement, right? I'll put a picture up. I'll find it. And so I don't know what it is, but the true question is, would I keep it or would I junk it? What I would do is I would contact the vendor and say, hey, what's up with this watch, dude? Tudor won't service it, so let's talk about it. You know what I mean? And figure out, see if this guy gives you any information. If he's legit, he'll help you out and he'll work with you. I don't know where you bought it, so anyway, I hope it gets resolved. If it's something where you bought it and there's just no hope of, you know, salvaging where you purchased it from, I would definitely find out what the reason is. There's got to be a way. I mean, there's other watchmakers. There's got to be a reason they're not servicing this watch, you know. And I would push and push and push until I found out what was wrong with it or what the issue is, and you know. But if I truly found out it was fake or something, then I'd trash it, you know, and just say, count your, you know, just tack it up to just a poor. You know, it wasn't your fault, dude. You know, it happens. Anyway, maybe I should have waited before I did this video. I just got home. Anyway, this one was from a viewer named John Beatty. John Beatty. I'm waiting to be a D-bag, a dirt bag. This is a comment from my Rolex video. Are you a D-bag if you have a Submariner? And the actual term I was referring to is a douchebag, but D-bag, dirt bag, whatever you want to call it. all the same to me, man. My AD is yet to give me a call despite an earlier purchase of an Explorer 2, a gold and stainless Datejust for the wife, and a Tudor Heritage, and an IWC Pilot for the sons. You bought one IWC Pilot for the sons? You've got two sons and you bought them one IWC Pilot? Or you've got one son and you bought them two IWC Pilots? Guessing I've been screwed and I need to find another AD. And then there was a comment from Daniel below that says, not sure you banked a lot of credit by the Explorer 2 and Datejust, but you definitely should have the Tudor. You definitely should have for the Tudor and the IWC. So yeah, you might be getting screwed. FWIW acronyms, man. I'm gonna say probably that's for what it's worth. I employ this strategy for dealing with my AD and it's worked pretty well. I make it clear I'm buying two watches. That's it. I'll buy the Tudor, Omega, etc. on the same date that the Rolex comes in and not 1 minute before. However that works for you, dude. If it works, it works. So back to John Beatty. You know, you spent some money, yeah, you know, and I don't know how long ago it was that you bought this. You know, you just have to be patient. It's simple as that. You know, I mean, it's great being able to spend money, but just because you spent money doesn't mean your watch is going to miraculously appear the next day or the next month or even possibly the next year. You know what I mean? It's just not that you're being screwed and you need to find another AD. You find another AD and you go in there with a sub, you're going to have to get another spending history, aren't you? So you're better off staying where you're at and just be patient, man. No, it sucks, but you know, it's just one of those things. Again, I don't know where you're at, what your history is other than what you're telling me here and how long ago it was that you bought this. Follow up periodically. Say, hey, you're still interested. Show up. You know, don't just call, just go in. Again, I don't know how far they are from your home either. So, but I wish you all the best on that, dude. This was a comment from Alfie, aka Ronald Doug. Always appreciate your comments, dude. Would you do a video to give your thoughts on why YS guys, or guys, both genders, guys and gals, love watches so much? It's a bizarre concept. Haha. I tested positive for COVID a while back, and one of the odd side effects was losing pretty much all enthusiasm for everything apart from the dog. I looked at my watches and had no idea why I had previously liked them. Dude, you know, I said I was going to do a video on it, but, you know, I'll just answer this question. I don't know if it's worthy of just doing a whole video. I'd have to find an angle on that. But, you know, we like watches, with guys and girls too, I'd imagine. You know, guys don't have much. We're not going to sit there and wear all this jewelry. Well, I mean, most of us won't, you know. But if you're into hip-hop and whatever else, then, or you live on Miami Beach, and you're Cuban, just, you know, then wear all the jewelry you want. But for the most part, watches are the only thing guys really have to, you know, it's something we don't wear, you know, again, wear all the jewelry and stuff. We like to have a nice watch. It's pretty simple, I think. You had COVID, dude, I had COVID twice. Actually, I had COVID 3 times, but I had it twice really, really fucking bad, you know, like really sick. And you know what, man, I didn't give a shit about anything either. And the last thing that was on my mind was my watches. So that was probably a pretty normal, you know, feeling to have when you're sick like that, you know. So, but yeah, we just like watches, right? It's one of those things. Some of us like watches more than others, you know. People like me are just obsessed, and, you know, that's just the way it is. So there you have it. This one comes from my sister. Now, if anyone knows my sister, and, you know, again, I can say I'm biased because she's my sister, but if my little sister was an asshole or a bitch or anything like that, you know, and she'd been telling me what, I certainly wouldn't be doing a video on what I'm going to talk about now, because I know my little sister. She's like a little kid like me, in the sense that she's just got such an enthusiasm for watches. When I went into the AD with her, when I brought her to Bindi and got her that OP, she's just like, oh my God, and she's so thankful and she's so grateful for everything she has. She doesn't have a mean bone in her body. She's just you know, and when she wants to follow up on something, she's super polite. I know my little sister, man. She's like a saint, but, you know, and she's non-confrontational whatsoever. I mean, she'll go hide under a rock, or she just won't talk to you if there's any type of confrontation, man. You know what I mean? We're very similar in that way. I don't like it either. The reason why she sent me this question, I'm going to say this question first. this is for me and my viewers, so this applies to you too. Have you ever had a watch purchase experience that is so negative you can't enjoy your watch? Because of this, if this, do you want to sell it or even... Okay, yeah, so just bottom line is, have you ever had a really bad watch purchase that makes you just hate the fucking watch? I'll answer it. If you guys have had a similar thing where you've gone through an experience where it just put you off of the whole thing, and then you go out and sell the watch or whatever, let me know. Put it talk in the description or in the comments below. I had a bad experience when I bought a Tissot PRX. You know, I mean, I couldn't believe the guy who sold me this watch in the Burbank Mall. I can't remember the name of the store. I'd never shop there again. A Tissot $300 watch. This dude's talking down to me like I am so far beneath him. Now, keep in mind, when I went in there to buy it, I was wearing a Cartier tank, you know. And I'd mentioned I was a fan of Rolex. He's like, yeah, you can't get Rolex. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I have a couple of Rolex. You do? He was all like, yeah, where did you get it? He was like, where did you get it? And I was like, well, I go to Bindi Jewelers. And he's like, okay, you know, kind of blowing me off. He goes, well, if you need a Rolex, I can get Rolex. Like, he's not a Rolex dealer. You're a gray market guy. And he's trying to, he's talking. He didn't believe me when I said I could get watches. You know what I mean? I was like, fair enough. I don't care if you believe me or not. But the way that he treated me when I was trying to buy a $300 watch, and he was arrogant and he was rude. I still bought the watch, but it was just like, what a fucking piece of shit, dude. You know, this is how you get business. And I asked him if he could get me another Cartier strap, before I bought different Cartier straps. He's like, yeah, I'll get you whatever you want. I said, all right, then give me a call when you can get. I asked him for a specific color or whatever, and he never called me, and that's fine. They're probably not even in business anymore, and if they are, I'd be really surprised. This video is getting long, damn. My little sister asked me this question because she had a real problem with the AD that she purchased her Submariner from. And you know, it's unfortunate when you have, I'm not going to mention the name of the AD Bucherer in Palm Desert, but that's, you know, again, I don't want to, you know, put the names out there, but you know, she had brought her Milgauss in to have it serviced. They took the watch, said, you know, it was going to be a period of time. And every time she tried to follow up, they were just saying, no, it's not ready. When it's ready, we'll let you know. Fair enough. But she wasn't following up and being a pest. She's not like that. She ended up buying another Datejust, but then she bought the certified pre-owned Submariner, and there was that issue. I think if you guys watched the video, the 1140, fuck, I can't remember the reference number. The 2-line sub, as opposed to the 12012. Anyway, I'm not gonna fucking, it's just what it is. Anyway, so they had to redo the paperwork because the authenticity papers that also came with it, the appraisal had a different watch on the photo as opposed to what the watch was on the appraisal. For insurance purposes, you have to have the correct watch on there. Otherwise, it's again, I went through a whole thing about that. Anyway, so she had called and randomly asked for, you know, if this paperwork was going to be done, and the lady actually said it's not done yet, it'll be done on Friday, and hung up on her, like literally hung up on her, you know. So on Friday she sends her husband down there. They were rude to him as well. This whole thing was the AD, you know, you keep in mind, she made a rather large purchase with that AD, and that AD has been treating her like shit. You know, she finally did get her Milgauss back, you know, because that was a hassle in itself, and she finally did get the correct paperwork. But that's not the way to earn future business. If you're an AD and you're watching this, apart from one, you already know me and whatever, then, you know, treat your customers a little better, you know. Because I can guarantee you, I can't guarantee you this. I can say if you're in Palm Desert or wherever the fuck it is, near Palm Springs outside, you know, I mean, how much business do you really have out there? You know, you're not going to have a whole lot. The clientele out there is probably much, much, much older that aren't huge fans. My little sister's younger, and she's an enthusiast. And if she's got a good AD, just like I do with one, then I'll be a long-time purchaser, right? Don't treat your fucking clients like shit, all right? Simple as that. You know, that's not how you earn future business. You know, you guys aren't in the game to just sell one and done, are you? I mean, Anyway, that was my thing for that. I just think it's rude. Another thing is, one last thing, and this is a bit of a rant, of course. If you are a viewer of mine, I know a lot of my viewers go to Bindi, because I meet a lot of you when I go there. It's one of those weird things. It's great. Don't be rude. You know, I've done videos on how you can get a Rolex, and especially even at Bindi, but walking in there with an attitude saying you want a Daytona and you know how the game works, and you know, and you're just being a dick, you're never going to get that watch. No matter, you're just not going to get it. Simple as that. So you're actually wasting your time by going in there. Anyway, having said that, I love all you guys. I appreciate all the subscribers, all the views, all everything, and I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.